Hi, second graders, it's Mrs. Bosch again, and today we are doing lesson 2 in unit 6. Our math objective today says I can understand the value of the digits in a 3-digit number, and I can write 3-digit numbers in expanded form. Our language objective says I can explain the value of the digits. So if I am shown a 3-digit number, I can tell you what each number is worth. So what is its value in that number? On this page, we need to use quick hundreds, tens, and ones to show the following numbers. So just like we did yesterday, we have to take a 3-digit number and represent it using those quick hundreds, tens, and ones. Hundreds, remember, are the boxes, tens are the sticks, and ones are the circles. So my number here is 352. I'm looking at that 3, that's in the hundreds place. So I know I need 3 boxes. 1, 2, 3. My 5 is in the tens place, so I need 5 10 sticks. 2, 3, 4, 5. And I need 2 ones. Ones are those circles. I always make sure that I count it when I'm done to make sure I didn't make any mistakes. So 100, 200, 300, 310, 320, 330, 340, 350, 351, 352. All right, my next 3-digit number is 514. I see a 5 in the hundreds place, so I need 5 boxes. 1, 2, 3. Ooh, that's a funny one. 4, 5. Working with a mouse. Whoa! Mouse on my laptop is not working well today. There's my 5 funny looking hundreds. I have 1 10 and I see 4 ones. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's count that one quick. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 510, 511, 512, 513, 514. And our last one on this page is the number 176. I see a 1 in the hundreds place, so that means I need 1 box. 7 in my tens place, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, leave that space, 6, 7, and then I need 6 ones. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then remember we go to a new row, and there's number 6. So 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150, 160, 170, 171, 172, 173, 174, 175, 176. Now I can count this one even quicker knowing that I have those groups of 5. So 100, 150, 160, 170, 175, 176. This time we have to look at our quick hundreds, tens, and ones and write the 3-digit number. So what is that number that is shown by the drawing? So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 510, 520, 521. Next one, 100, 200, ooh, there's that group of 5. So 100, 200, 250, 260, 270, 280. Notice there are no ones, but I still need to put that 0 in there. Otherwise it would look like I have 28. So we need that 0 as a placeholder to show that I have 2 hundreds, 8 tens, and 0 ones. My next one has 3 hundredths. I have 3 tens. And I have 2 ones. So I have 3 in my hundreds place, 3 in my tens place, and 2 ones in my ones place. So 100, 200, 300, 310, 320, 330, 331, 332. Next one has 4 hundredths. I have no sticks. Notice that I have no sticks. So I have 0 in my tens place, but I have 5, 6 ones. So when I count this one, I have to be careful because I have to notice that those sticks are the tens and that's my 0. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 405, 406. Use your secret code cards to represent this number. So in your workbook, you have these blue cards called secret code cards, and you can use those to represent the numbers. So if I see the quick hundreds, tens, and ones, I can also represent that number with those blue secret code cards. So I find my 200 card. I know that 6 ones is the same as 60, and I know my 5 ones is the number 5. When I want to stretch this number out, and in my class we've talked about rubber bands and taking a number and stretching it out. Well, 265, if I stretch it out, the 2 in that number means 200. So I'm going to write the number 200. The number 6 in that number 265 doesn't mean 6. It means 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So we have 200 plus 60. And then we have just those 5 ones. So that number just simply means 5. Now, if you have your secret code cards, you can take that 265 that you made and stretch it out. Take each card and look at it. When you stretch that out, that 2 is a 200, that 6 is a 60, and that 5 is a 5. And we can see those numbers right at the top of the secret code cards here as well. You can take and use your secret code cards to represent this number. So we have 400 plus 70 plus 3. So this time they are showing us the expanded notation, and they're showing us what it looks like with our secret code cards. And now we have to write the number using quick hundreds, tens, and ones. So I know that 400 means that I have 4 of my 100 blocks. So 100, 200, 300, and 400. And then 70 means that I have 7 of the 10 sticks. So I'm going to count by tens on this one. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, I'll leave a space, 60, 70, and then we have just those 3 ones. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to do a quick count just to make sure it matches again. 100, 200, 300, 400, 450, 460, 470, 471, 472, 473. Again, you can take your secret code cards and you can represent this same number with those cards. Otherwise, you can see them in my picture here. We have again the expanded notation, so they took this and they stretched it out. What does that 7 and 712 mean? That 7 means we have 700. So again, I want to write the quick hundreds, tens, and ones. So I have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500. I'm going to put the next one down below because we want those groups of 5. So I'm going to do 600. Ooh, there's that goofy mouse on me again. 700. And then we have to do 710. And I know a 10 is simply 1 10 stick. And then we need 2 ones, which are 2 circles. Again, I'm going to count those. So we have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 710, 711, 712. I also could see that this is a group of 5 quickly and do my 500, 600, 700, 710, 711, 712. Let's practice using our secret code cards to represent this number, and then we are going to write the numbers. So this time you'll notice that they're in different orders. So we didn't start with the hundreds, we have our tens, then we have our hundreds, and then we have our ones. So if I had to put that together, I'm going to look for my hundreds first, because I know when I'm writing a 3-digit number, my hundreds comes first. So I see 500. So I'm going to put my 500 first. And then I notice over here my tens. So I'm going to put my 2 in the tens place, because 2 tens is equal to 20. And then my 8 ones, they go in my ones place. This time I only have 2 numbers, and I look first for my hundreds, and I see 300, so I know my 300 comes first. And then I have a 40, and 40 means 4 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40. And I don't have any ones, so I know that I have to put a 0, otherwise it would be the number 34, and 34 doesn't mean 340, so I need to make sure I have that 0 as my placeholder. And our last one again only has 2 numbers. I still see that we have a 100, which is 800, so I'm going to put my 800. I don't have any tens, so I need to put my 0 in the tens place, and I do have my 5 ones, so I have 805. So today we are going to, on our worksheet, we are going to be doing page 331 from our workbook. At the top, 1, 2, and 3, they are showing us those quick hundreds, tens, and ones, so the boxes, sticks, and the circles. Underneath, we're going to start by writing how many hundreds do we see, how many tens do we see, and how many ones, and then we're going to put the total at the end. So I'm going to look here and I'm going to see, oh, that's that group of 5 plus 1 more is 6, so I'm going to have 6 hundredths. Then I'm going to look at my tens. I can see that 5 plus 2 more, so 5, 6, 7. But I don't see any circles, so that means I don't have any ones. Now, if I have 607 tens and no ones, what number do I have altogether? I have 670. And I can count that 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 610, 620, 630, 640, 650, 660, 670, or I can simply do 500, 600, 650, 660, 670. And you're going to do the same thing on the next 2. Down at the bottom here, it's just like what we did yesterday, is where we have to draw the boxes, sticks, and circles to show the given number. On the back side, we are doing expanded form for the first section. So they're showing us here with the first example that if we have a 3-digit number, 382, the first number is our hundreds, the middle number is our tens, and the last number here is our ones. So showing us that that 3 doesn't just mean 3 ones, but it means 3 hundredths. So it's like 3 of those boxes, so that would be 300. The 8 means that we have 8 tens. So like the 8 10 sticks, 8 tens is the number 80. And our 2 is simply our 1, so we just have our number 2. So showing how we can stretch that number out. The next section, we have to look at the expanded form, and we have to write the 3-digit number. So think about your secret code cards, and if you're having trouble, there are secret code cards in your workbook. You can cut those out, and you can find the 400, find the 50, find the 9, and put those on top of each other, and then create your number. I see that 400, so I know the 4 has to go in the hundreds place. I see I have 50, which is 5 tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, so that's going in my tens place, and then I have those 9 ones. So what number do I have? 459. There it is right here, 459. Then at the bottom, they try to trick you because they sometimes have you write your 3-digit number first and then they show the expanded form. Other times they show the expanded form and then you have to write your 3-digit number. Be careful because some of them may have a 0, so they may have 0 tens or 0 ones, so make sure you're putting that 0 in if there aren't any tens or aren't any ones. Down at the very bottom for Check for Understanding, they want you to describe how the secret code cards can be used to show the expanded form of a number. So take your secret code cards that are in your workbook, cut those out, and show mom, dad, or a sibling how you can create a number with the secret code cards, and then how you can spread them out to show the expanded form. So that one is just explaining to moms and dads how you could use those secret code cards. That is your assignment today. We also have, always like we talked about yesterday, there'll always be a homework and remembering sheet as well. If you have time, you can do that. And then if you want to go on Think Central, you can also do the few problems that are on Think Central. Think Central has a 6.2 lesson for you, and it also has a quick fluency check as well. Again, if you have any questions, if you're struggling at all, feel free to email your teacher with any further questions that you may have. Have a great day.